Happy Thursday, Facebook friends. Welcome back to Facebook. I'm Angie Garza, Director of Professional Learning and Educational Services at ROE 47, serving Lee, Ogle, and Whiteside counties. And if you're joining us back here this beautiful Thursday in the month of February, the last Thursday in February, you'll know that it's time for another edition of Teacher Talk. And today we are talking about new and exciting opportunities for our children in Lee, Ogle, and Whiteside counties as we launch a new Preschool for All expansion program here in our office. And so to have these conversations this morning, I am so thrilled as always to welcome my friend, colleague, and co-host, Ms. Stacy Dingus. Good morning, Stacy. Once again, we find ourselves talking about our littlest learners and how exciting that we are taking that step from working with our preschool educators to providing preschool education here at ROE 47.
Excited that we're close to March. February is almost behind us. The grass is going to get green. The days will get longer. Hopefully more sun out. Excited to have this conversation today. Something that we have heard often from our families and our schools and our communities is that we need to provide more preschool opportunities for our younger kids. And although this is not my area of expertise, I know that a lot of time and work and conversation has gone into planning this. So I'm excited to learn a little bit more about it myself.
Stacy, there's lots to learn and to be excited for. So for our viewing audience, if you are not aware, these early learning conversations have been going on for quite a while here in our service area. We view preschool for all, early learning opportunities for all, childcare for all as not only a matter and conversation of equity and caring for our littlest learners, but also an integral part of growing our communities and developing economically. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that this morning with two of our very special guests here on Teacher Talk. For one of our guests, no stranger to Teacher Talk, and for the other, this is going to be a brand new experience, and we're happy to welcome her to our ROE 47 family. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my friend, Krista Peterson. Krista, would you mind reintroducing yourself to our listening audience and talk a little bit about what your role is in these conversations as we talk about preschool for all and our littlest learners?
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me here today, Angie and Stacy. My name is Krista Peterson. I am the new administrator and instructional coach for our Early Learning Academy that we are opening up in the Dixon Child Care Centers. So I'm super excited about this opportunity, the opportunity we're going to be able to bring to families and to the children, and as Angie mentioned, our littlest learners. And so I'm just really excited about this role and the work we are doing.
As I mentioned, you are a return guest here on our Teacher Talk platform, but we are pleased to welcome the newest member of our ROE 47 family and newbie to our Teacher Talk platform, Monica Wolfley. Monica, thanks so much for taking time out to be here this morning on Teacher Talk. And if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and your role in our Early Learning Academy Preschool for All expansion program.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm Monica Wolfley, and I am so excited to be a part of the ROE. Even though I am new to the ROE, I am not a new family educator. I've been doing it for the past 6 years. And I'm thrilled for this opportunity for the parents of Lee, Ogle, and Whiteside. It's going to be fantastic.
Krista, let's start this Teacher Talk off by you telling us a little bit more about this Preschool for All expansion grant and why it's so important to our communities. And also maybe what differs from previous preschool programming that we have offered in our community.
Let me start with just a little bit of background on how we got to this point. So prior to COVID, the Governor's Office of Early Childhood reached out to us and shared that they noticed our ICAM data, which shows how many children we have birth to age 5, how many children there are in the area versus how many slots we have available for childcare and preschool. And they noticed that we had significantly more children than preschool and childcare openings. And they asked us if we would mind looking into that and doing a needs assessment. So for several years, we partnered with Birth to Five Illinois and conducted a needs assessment and found that there really was a shortage of childcare providers and preschool slots in our region. During the assessment, we spoke with all types of stakeholders, specifically families, providers, and our schools, and they noticed and mentioned that the families have trouble finding childcare at times, and the childcare centers and the schools mentioned that they are often full and have wait lists. Another set of stakeholders that we talked to were the chambers, and they also mentioned that there's a workforce shortage right now. And so we dug a little deeper in talking with some of their employees or potential employees, and they said that they were unable to work because they didn't have childcare for their kiddos so that they could be working. So we wanted to think about how we could provide not only that preschool opportunity for kids in our area, but also how could we help the workforce in providing some childcare as well. So we decided one great way to do that would be to offer preschool within childcare centers. So PFAE, or Preschool for All Expansion, is very similar to PFA, which is the program that many of our school districts have. And the difference is that RE, the expansion, offers a full day programming instead of a half day programming. So now families can take their children to a childcare setting and they can drop them off and have a full day of preschool, but along with that before and after care that they may need in order to be employees at their job. So we're really excited about our opportunity to bring this new form of kind of childcare within a daycare setting to our community.
In this role at the Regional Office of Education, I think many of us feel that, we've taken a step outside of the classroom, and we historically work with community members and community agencies and educators. But this is our opportunity to get back in and to be in those classrooms. One of the things I'm really proud about is our work with students. And so these are our youngest students. And you mentioned that we were very intentional with our application and our partnerships within the Dixon community. And as far as placing those programs inside the daycare for wraparound service. So children have an opportunity not only for a full day of programming, but then kind of those bookend care options for working families. So within the context of that setting, how is the preschool for all program structured? What age group are we looking at? And I'm also curious if you could talk to our viewers a little bit about why we chose Dixon for these sites and to be able to serve our children and families.
Yes, we are really excited that we'll be bringing these preschools to the Dixon area. We are partnering with the Dixon YMCA. They have just built a brand new facility, and they are moving from having two half-day preschool programs that was at their old site to they now have 16 classrooms for birth to age 5 in their new setting. And so we will be partnering with them to provide preschool for all expansion in 2 of their 16 classrooms. And we also are going to be partnering with Open Sesame, which is another daycare center in the area, Dixon area. And they also have kids aged birth through 5, but we will be partnering with them to for 2 of their classrooms as well for students aged 3 through 5. So we chose the Dixon area because we know it's a central hub for many of our surrounding smaller towns as well. So we knew there was a need in Dixon, and then we have some, because this is Preschool for All expansion, it is a grant run by the Illinois State Board of Education, and it is a free program to anyone in the state who qualifies to be part of it. So if a family maybe lives in a smaller community outside of Dixon but works in Dixon, they can bring their child to the daycare centers, and their child will receive that preschool program while they're there. So for the kiddos that are going to be in the program, we'll be having kids with a mixed range of age 3 through 5. They will come in, they will have their usual daycare, they have breakfast, we'll have our full day of curriculum planned for them, as well as a lot of activities and gross motor activities. They'll have lunch provided, snack provided, and then if they need care before or after the school day, they'll be able to be in the child care center for that.
Monica is the new family educator in our office. Can you tell us a little bit about what your role is and how you will be supporting families in our communities?
As the new family educator, I want to support them in any possible way that I can. I walk them through the entire process, all the way from age 3, all the way up to registering for kindergarten. Those ages are so important, and I want the family to feel welcomed and to make them feel like they are a part of their child's education. The parents are their first teacher, and we want to support them in any way that we can. It'll be from finding something fun to do with your family, all the way up to referring for special services.
Your role, that family education and engagement, is such a critical component to this program because, as you mentioned, wonderful point, parents, families are children's first teachers. And so, can you talk to us a little bit more about why that family education and engagement is so important? And how specifically will our Preschool for All expansion program, the ROE 47 Early Learning Academy, work to engage those families in their child's learning journey?
But we have so many different ways. I mean, yes, this is a preschool program. However, it is a program for the entire family, and we want to support the entire family in the process. There are many different ways that we can do this. We will have parent involvement. There will be a parent board who will help make decisions about the program. We'll also have a lending library, and the lending library is versatile. It starts out as a book you can take home, read to your child, bring it back, all the way up to backpacks full of activities and games that a family can do together. And then we also have a library for parents if they need help with finances or sibling rivalry, or maybe just ideas for family meals that are simple and easy to do. And then we'll also have family nights, parent involvement, community leaders, organizations coming in for visits. We will have field trips and everything in between. And there's also newsletters every month to keep you updated and little tips and hints given out. And then are no supplies to buy, so that whenever we send anything home or when you send your child to school, you don't have to worry about getting anything for your child. It's all supplied.
These are just incredible services that we are not only able to offer to our children, but also to our families who are going to be engaged in this programming. And if I could just take a minute to brag, this is the first Preschool for All expansion program in Lee, Ogle, and Whiteside counties, and we are proud to be able to offer that to our families. So we will be enrolling and working with 80 children at 2 locations in Dixon. Excited for those programs, those classrooms to be open here in the near future. So speaking of which, Monica, if I'm a parent, if I'm a family member and I'm listening to this teacher talk, or if I'm an educator and I know a family who might benefit from this unique programming opportunity for early childhood, how can I learn more? How can I connect?
In the comments, we're going to add our flyer for our new program. And also, you can always reach out to me at mwolfley@roe47.org. And that is MWOLFLEY@roe47.org. We look forward to serving you.
We have been working for many years on trying to expand services and address that slot gap, as Krista mentioned earlier, in our area. Our hope is to have success with this program and expand it to Whiteside and Ogle counties so that we have a full day of programming available for our families in each of those service areas. So stay tuned for more details and more work and collaboration in the area of early childhood. In the meantime, if you are a family member, if you are a community member, if you are a next door neighbor, and you know of a family or a child who would benefit from a full day of free early childhood programming, please check out the contents of this post, check out the comments for our flyer. Feel free to reach out with questions. We look forward to be able to provide those services to every family in our 3-county area. Also, coming up is important to make note that we will have a screening event, a community screening event coming up in Dixon on April 25th. So please make sure that you stay plugged into our social media to find out more. As we wrap up our Teacher Talk this morning, I want to say a very special thank you to our guests this morning, Krista Peterson and Monica Wolfley, and to just again extend a warm welcome to Monica and thank her for all that she's done as she's joined our ROE 47 team. I'd also like to say a special thank you to my friend, colleague, and co-host, Ms. Stacy Dingus, for having these wonderful conversations about serving our community in a very unique and exciting way. And we would be remiss if we didn't thank you, our viewers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out the post for more information, and we hope that as you close out your Thursday morning, that you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, an even better Friday, a beautiful spring-filled weekend, and we will see you right back here next Thursday for another edition of Teacher Talk.